Hi everybody, this is Danielle from Bank Canvas. Thank you for joining me for today's video, which is going to be a review of a couple of products that I don't think have been worth the hype. Got a lot of hype on YouTube, got a lot of hype in advertisements, did a lot of marketing and stuff for the products, and I just don't think it was worth it. I decided to try the products because of the hype and because of the research, and I looked at all the reviews and yeah, wasn't impressed. So the first product I want to look at is the Maybelline The Falsies Volume Express Mascara, and I got this one in Black Drama. This, you may be familiar with it. This is what it looks like, a very fat brush. It has a bit of a curvature in the wand, and the bristles are very thick. Bristles very closely arranged. The formula for this for me was very wet, and when I tried it, it made all my lashes clump together. And it's not to say that I don't have a lot of lashes. I have a decent amount of lashes, but it just made them all stick together, made them all very spidery. So I wasn't able to comb through them a lot, and I wasn't able to get a lot of separation, make them look plentiful or make them look voluminous, as you know the phrase volume express would suggest. I considered, I mentioned it to a couple of people, and they said it's one of those mascaras that get better as the longer you have it and the longer you use it, and I just found this was not the case. I tried layering it over my A1 Super Shock, which was finishing, so it wasn't a lot, so I was just able to give it like a first coat on the lashes, and then try to use this over it. Still, it made it perform a little better, but it wasn't fantastic for me like I have found A1 Super Shock to be, and the L'Oreal Million Lashes mascara to be. So I've had this for a while, and I still find the formula is wet. I even tried to transfer some of the formula into my A1 Super Shock tube, and that was just like a whole big mess, and it just still didn't work. So I tried using it with another brush and with this one, and it just has not worked for me like other people have said it worked. So I'm going to stick to the stuff that I know. I'm going to stick to the A1 Super Shock mascara. I'm going to stick to my L'Oreal Million Lashes mascara, and I'm going to stick to my Yves Saint Laurent when I can get it as a gift, because that is $30 US for a tube that lasts 3 months. False lash effect. So this would get 1 out of 5 stars for me, and the 1 is because I just don't want to give it a 0. It's so wet. It does a lot of transferring up to onto your eye, on top and below. The brush is, no, this is a big fat no for me. I'm happy if some people can find this to use and love it, and I think I'll give this to my sister, because I think I saw her using it. That's how I ended up, getting interested in it, and I hope she would continue to use it and have a good time with it, because I did not. My other product that I wanted to talk about that was not worth the hype and that I will be giving to my mother tomorrow is the Revlon Colorstay Whipped foundation. I have this in the number 340 caramel. As you can see, this is not quite my shade, and even though it looks lighter in the outside container than it is inside, it's not even very liquidy. It doesn't come out. It's very thick. This is not my shade, and I have a problem, Revlon. I have a problem. When you say available in 16 shades, and about 14 of those shades are for tan to fair skin, and I live in the tropics, we have a distributor for Revlon products here, and that is a problem because we have a range of skin tones, not just dark. We have medium, we have fair, we have a light, but we have a lot of dark ladies too. And to have like about 2 shades available for those with darker skin tones, I just think is an insult. This was one of the darker skin tones. It was one called Mahogany. I think it was number 420 after this, and that would have been too, it was very red based and was too dark for my skin tone. So there's no shade in between this and the Mahogany available when I went to buy this, and I had to look everywhere to get this shade. It says it's a matte foundation. I have found this to be untrue. It is not matte in any way, shape or form when you apply it. It's not matte in any way, shape or form when you leave it to sit on your face. It's not matte in any way, shape or form when you apply powder over it. This is what I have found. You have to, it doesn't, even if it initially stays matte, because the powder, it does not stay matte past an hour, past a couple of hours. It does not stay matte, and that's a problem I have with this, because it says it was a matte foundation. And that's why I'll be giving it to my mother, because my mother's, you know, older, obviously older than I am. My mother's in her 60s, and you know, as you start to get older, your skin starts to get a little dry, even though my mother's skin is not really very dry. But you know, you'll need something that's a little creamier in texture, and it'll be easier to apply. And plus my mother's about this shade anyway. It's a very thick formula. Remember, I just showed you how it wasn't coming out of the jar, but it goes on very lightly. I did try this because I was trying to make this work for a long time. I tried applying it with my fingers. I tried applying it with a flat foundation brush. I tried applying it with my Esam cream concealer brush. I tried applying it with a sponge. I tried applying it with a stippling brush. So I tried applying it 5 different ways, and the most natural way I found was with the fingers and the stippling brush. The Esam brush would give you a full coverage application, and that is the day when I used the Esam brush. That is the day I noticed that it looked like 10 different shades, like 10 shades lighter than my own skin tone, when I did a full coverage application with it. And I do love that Esam brush. That brush is fantastic, but this does not work for me in a full coverage manner. And there are days, of course, when you want to go out. Oh my lord, look at these collarbones. There are days, of course, when you want to go out and you want to have that kind of flawless Barbie finish. And to do that, you know, I would apply a second layer right in my T-zone to make my face look really matte and really full coverage. Not even around the perimeter, just in the T-zone I would do a second layer. And I can't do that with this. So I just didn't find that it was worth the hype. I went to my sister about this shade as well. And her skin is oily. This never got matte on her skin. It was light to apply. It did feel nice on the skin, but it just does not live up to what it says. And as far as staying on the skin 24 hours, if it does not stay matte past 2 hours, I have no hope for it staying on for a 24-hour session. So I just did not find this was worth the hype, and as such I will be giving it away, and I'm sorry to say that. So I hope you found these couple of reviews helpful. If you were thinking of picking up these products and you wanted to get some feedback on it, these were my experiences with these products, with these 2 products, and I'm sure everybody's experience is not the same, but if you do want to purchase these, please purchase at your own risk or with a lot of caution. For those who have fewer lashes, this might work, and for those of you who have lighter skin tones and you don't really want a matte appearance, you don't really want longevity in your foundation, this would work for you, but it did not work for me. Who was looking for a matte foundation, who was looking for a foundation that matched my skin tone, who was looking for foundation that I could do full coverage with. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.